Hello and welcome to Blue Rising, your home for everything Birmingham City. I'm Ellard.
My name's Richie Driss, and as per usual, we've got a huge show coming up for you this week. We've got Academy Insight, we've got the highlights, and we've got Captain Chat as well.
So much to come, so let's get straight into it and introduce our special guests for the day. As always, Tommy Mooney, it's great to have you here, and particularly after a brilliant win in midweek.
Not only that, but we have got a player who signed on the dotted line for Birmingham City Football Club 72 hours ago. So please welcome our brand new striker, August Priske.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
much. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Welcome to Birmingham City Football Club.
Thank you very much.
Excited to have you here. Excited to be here?
Yeah, for sure. It's been a road here, so I'm happy to be here and just ready to get started really.
Run us through your journey so far, August, because you have played across Scandinavia and come through lots of very impressive youth setups. Now 21 here in Birmingham. What's your route to Birmingham City been like?
Yeah, no. When I was young, played in a smaller club, obviously, and then I went to Copenhagen in the academy there, and then went to FC Midtjylland in Denmark as well. Through the academy there for 3-4 years. Then I went to Holland for 3 years in PSV and FC Eindhoven. Then I went to Djurgården, obviously, in Stockholm in Sweden, and was really happy there. And now I'm here.
What was it about this club that was pitched to you that you're so excited about joining?
I think it was a little bit of everything, to be honest. Obviously, this is a historically very, very big club. I remember growing up playing with Birmingham on FIFA and everything.
Nice.
So obviously it's a huge club, and then an exciting project really to be a part of. And that was really it for me to be able to get into something where there's steps to be taken both for myself and for everything else. So really exciting.
And correct us if we're wrong, but this isn't your first time that you've been in the West Midlands, because you played for Djurgården's last season in the Conference League and over to Shrewsbury when you face the new Saints. How have you been settling in?
Yeah. I wouldn't say I felt at home back then, but I do a little bit more now maybe. It's been good so far. I've been living in a hotel. I'm gonna look at some apartments, houses today. But so far so good. Everyone have been very, very welcoming and everything. So that's great.
So targets for this season? What have you got? Immediate targets? I know you're ready to hit the ground running.
Yeah, I hope so. Obviously, can always say pre-season, all this. I've had a little vacation now, but I feel good. I feel in shape and ready to get going. So I'm more of I'd say one match at a time guy. Kind of a boring answer, I know, but that's really how I am. Just looking forward to what's next. So it'll be great, and there's a lot to play for.
I'm sure you've watched several championship games since the Birmingham came in for you. I know you were at Hillsborough on Tuesday evening. What do you think of your first live championship game?
No, it was good. It was championship football, as you say. I think the guys did really well, and in the end, I deserved the 2-0 win. So that was the most important, to get the 3 points.
And looking forward to St Andrews at Knightshead Park.
Oh, that'll be great. Saturday, I'm really excited. I really can't wait. So it'll be great.
For all of the fans watching who are buzzing to see you make your debut for Birmingham City, are there any strikers out there that you would compare your game to, whether it's a Haaland holding the ball up or an Owen going in behind? Who would you model yourself on? I
mean, there's a lot of people who compare me to Haaland, obviously. I think we have a little bit the same playing style, obviously. Maybe not at that level yet. He's at the top of everything basically right now. But I'd say it's a little bit like that. I like to get in behind, and obviously, as a striker, there's a lot of things you have to do. You have to work hard in the pressure, the defensive things, and just in general. And then, you have to be in the box when it counts, because that's when you gotta be there. You gotta score the goals, and that's what you do in the box basically.
What have your first conversations been like with the manager and the senior leadership team here?
Nah, they were great. It's actually a while ago that I spoke to them for the first time, and I think that kind of meeting really did push everything a little bit forward for me. That really did a lot for me, and I got a really good gut feeling about everything here, and the club, and the way they see me, and the things I need to improve on, and really just everything about this and the project. So it was a good meeting, and it definitely made me a little bit more intrigued and excited for all this.
You mentioned the project as well, and in the not too distant future, there is the brand new stadium. How excited are you for the brand new stadium as well?
That's going to be great. I've seen the videos and the plans and everything, so it's going to be that's a serious project, that, and it'll be good to see. And yeah, for now I'm just looking forward to St Andrews, really, if I'm honest. So that's a long way in the future right now. So St Andrews is it'll be good, and I'm excited for that.
Has the dressing room welcomed you in? Any initiations that we can talk about, or?
Not yet, because the thing is, when I've been here, I've just been by myself, basically. Like, I haven't been here when the whole team was here, because I did obviously medical and stuff when they were still training here, and then obviously they went for the game. So actually, I haven't really seen or spoke to any of the guys yet, just some of the injured players up here, and they welcome me with open arms. So that's a good welcome so far, and looking forward to the rest of the guys coming back tomorrow.
It's been a busy window so far for Blues. Is it nice that there's other new faces around the club, that it's not just you that's come in this window? There's a nice little group of you.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think Rhiannon and a lot of the people in there are working really hard right now because there's so many people to take care of now. But it's nice, obviously, you get some other guys who are a little bit in the same boat as you, and also living in the hotels and stuff. And then obviously you've got the more experienced guys and the guys who've been here to kind of help and introduce you to everything, really. So I spoke a lot with some of the guys about where to live and all the small things, really. So that's been great so far.
How much do you know about Birmingham as a city as well? Obviously, it's a hugely historic city, the second city in the UK. Beautiful accent, Peaky Blinders. What do you know about it?
Everything's fantastic. Yeah. No, not too much, I'd say. I know a little bit about the history, of course, and I know mostly about the, let's say, the Birmingham side of Birmingham City side. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, like a hard-working town with some dedicated, loyal people who really. I mean, working hard is in the roots here, and that's a part of the identity and everything. So that's the thing that I really appreciate about this place, is that, and I also felt it I spoke to some guys about it yesterday. I felt it from the beginning that it's not. Obviously, we're all here to perform, and the important thing is also to perform on the pitch. But the support you get from the outside, as long as they see that you're trying and working hard, that I think that means a lot for players, and I think that's also the bare minimum, really, when you come.
That's the key to it.
Exactly, and I think that's the key to everything, if you ask me. And I've always been that kind of person that might not be good in the beginning, the first week or first training or whatever, but if you just keep at it, you keep working hard, then everything it'll fall into its place at a time, and then you just gotta be patient, really.
Tommy, what advice do you have for August for getting settled in here?
Yeah, he ticked every box there.
You are beaming. You're very happy.
The harder you work, the luckier you get. And when you work hard at St Andrews at Knighthead Park, the supporters will really look after you and love you forever. So that's the key to it. And then hopefully, if we can hit the back of the net a few times,
that'd be nice as well.
That'd be ideal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, for sure. That's the target. So those two combined, I think, it's two good key factors.
August, we're absolutely buzzing to have you here. Welcome once again to Birmingham City Football Club. Cannot wait to see you on the pitch.
Cannot wait to play on the pitch.
Well, August isn't the only new face who's been around at training. A brilliant experience for some of our youngsters to come up and watch the first team training recently. Let's take a look.
We're bringing the under-7s and under-8s players up to Epic this morning to meet the first team and have a little bit of an experience of like what first team football is all about, especially now that they're trying to represent Birmingham City. We told them this morning that they thought they were just having a training session at the academy. So we made them believe that we didn't have any space at KPC, which we then told them we're going to have to take them up to the first team training ground. Obviously they were over the moon.
Birmingham boots, like the Prrisk. What colour are they? Blue. Oh, you got to be a good player to wear them, you know.
shots? No! I reckon we should have a race with them. Come on.
What a magical moment for those young players, undoubtedly something that they will never forget. Right, Ellen, time for some Blues news?
Let's take a look.
More transfer news for the club with 2 new faces joining Chris Davies' side. Ghanaian winger Ibrahim Osman joins the Blues on loan from Brighton, and young Danish striker August Priske joins from Djurgårdens.
And a club record signing joins Birmingham City women as Vilma Leithammer joins Amy Merrick's side from IFK Norrköping in a Damallsvenskan.
Young goalkeeper Tyrese Warmington has seen his loan spell extended at Redditch United. The young goalkeeper has impressed in his first half of the campaign, collecting 11 clean sheets in 32 games. Keep up the hard work.
And Chris Davies' side picked up a first win on the road in the Championship in 3 months on Tuesday night with an impressive victory over Sheffield Wednesday. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a gloomy Hillsborough. Gloomy weather and gloomy spirits around these parts. Still without a win in front of their loyal support is tonight the night. Sheffield Wednesday give them something to cheer. 2026. It's been forgettable. Chance here for Kumas. Sheffield Wednesday with numbers back, and it goes behind for a corner, but space opened up there. There's Doyle, clever footwork from the Wolves Loney. Iwata. Roberts. Space here for Marvin Dux. Connects with it well.
Holding the ball up for his team because this could be a long 10 minutes else.
There's Pike. Wagner now. They're looping one in. Free header for Johnson. It's not a good one. It's Stansfield! And Dux is there! Birmingham City have their goal! Those travelling supporters who've not tasted this joy that much at all this season erupt as the score is Sheffield Wednesday 0, Birmingham City 1.
Yeah, the ball just comes in the box and it falls to Johnson in the middle of the goal and he just heads it back where it really shouldn't. It has to go away from the goal and Stansfield's there to pick up the second ball and drags his shot, but Dux is there to just tap it in. But Johnson there, that detail on that header has to go wide and not back into the middle of the goal. And Birmingham City have probably got their just rewards and find themselves 1-0 up now.
Oh, it's a poor pass, and from an almost impossible angle, Kyogo is there. He scores his first Championship goal of the season to seal it for Birmingham City on the road. It's been such a forgettable season, but tonight has been memorable indeed. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Birmingham City 2.
I mean, it's such a shame from a Sheffield Wednesday point of view to concede the goal in the manner that they have, but for that man there, he needs that. He needs this confidence because you can see the disbelief and the lack of confidence in him from his home fans at times. But this touch and this finish on his weaker left side is absolutely fantastic. It makes it look so easy.
Another glorious win for the Blues, and to take us through it, we tried to get about 87 different people to join us on the sofa. None of them are available, so we're putting up with, well, Brazier.
Thank you. What a warm, glowing welcome.
Oh, right. What a warm, glowing football match, though.
Yeah, we've had a great day, didn't we? Me and you had a little road trip up to Sheffield. You picked me up.
It was a mental test.
Yeah.
Before the ball was kicked.
No, it was great, and we came back with 3 points.
Exactly.
That was a great day.
Tommy, your assessment of the performance, what was it like being there on the night?
It was a frustrating first half. I thought they worked as hard as they ever do. The press wasn't really working in the first half, but certainly whatever was said and whatever was done in the dressing room at half time really worked. I thought the second half they were so much better, created chances and left it late, but managed to do what they needed to do. And you know, to get the goals like that, Kyogo getting his goal, you're happy about?
Yeah, on his birthday as well.
Yeah.
Probably one of the, I mean, I think the best thing for that as well, just the love and support he got after the goal as well, wasn't it? I mean, you see Marvin, who'd been taken off, running down with the wing to jump in with the celebrations, the fans trying to get on the pitch, and it was just, absolutely brilliant for a man that's had so much pressure on him to take probably one of the harder chances that he's had, isn't he? To sort of take it round the keeper and put it in and finish and get 3 points on his birthday as well.
That's the thing, is that we were talking last week about the goal that he scored in the FA Cup and how he had loads and loads of time on the ball, and that could have proven to be a more difficult chance. But this one, that tight angle and taking it around the goalkeeper, that is composure as well, isn't it? It is, and it is the hardest chance that he had. He had a couple of chances just prior to his goal and rolled it in as if it was the whistle had gone. I had to check it doing core comms at the time. I thought, how can he get it in from that tight angle? But it was delighted for him. But the first goal as well, I thought Marvin, it looked like he was miles offside, and he clearly wasn't, because he was going in and the defender was coming out. So he'd had a couple of chances before that. Just shows you keep going right to the end and you get your just rewards.
Keep right on.
Keep right on.
Exactly.
There is.
You mentioned the change in the start of the second half, Tommy. Chris Davies has spoken about the assertiveness on the pitch. What can they do to ensure that for the remaining away fixtures in particular, that assertiveness is there from the get-go?
I think listening to Chris Davies' interview, it's about having that press further up the pitch in more numbers and commit to what you've worked on the training ground. And I think in the second half they certainly did that, but it's about doing it from the start of the game. You know, it was a depleted Sheffield Wednesday squad, but they actually played quite well in spells and had some good chances. You know, it was very strange for me seeing Hillsborough without the crowd that you normally expect, but I thought the players coped really well with it.
And you speak about commit with the press. I thought committing with the passing as well. I think there was some of the balls getting in the middle, and especially Patrick Roberts was looking to commit defenders with his mazy runs. I thought he was man of the match for me. But just some of the passes as well, looking to get it into the front men and really work it. I thought it was a lot more direct, but really solid as well going forward.
It's really indicative of the team spirit around Birmingham City Football Club as well, that, as you said, first half not great. They had chances, and it was 82nd minute for Duck to put the ball into the back of their net, grinding out a result as Birmingham could.
Yeah, and you think we had a couple of young lads on the bench, but obviously with the signings that you mentioned earlier, that the strength that we're going to have off the bench when it gets to 60, 70 minute, and we've already been sort of playing the way we do, wearing down teams. I think for the second half of the season, I think that's really going to be prevalent.
Yeah, and winning on the road has come at a good time. We've waited a long time for it, but now 3 consecutive good results, and I think that'll just give a little bit more confidence. But with home games plenty before now and the end of the season, you know, it's such a tight division. You only need to string 2 or 3 games together, 9 points in a week, and all of a sudden you're back where you want to be, and I'm looking forward to the end of it. 5
points off the playoffs. This is a great position to be in. You mentioned the numbers, the bodies that have already come in. It's what every manager wants, right? 2 players in every shirt, and Birmingham are getting closer and closer to having that.
Yeah, it makes it more difficult for the manager to manage the dressing room because everybody wants to play, but new players coming in, goal scorers coming into the team. I think it's great when you look at the team sheet and you've got names that you recognise and people that you trust on the bench. Sometimes it's nice to have young lads coming in and coming out, but it's also better for those young players to be training with established first team players. So I think looking at a team sheet in the Championship is a really important thing because you're going to need those players off the bench. We've seen changes last night, and one of the other things, Scott Wright coming back in and playing his first minutes in his injury. We know how hard he's worked. He's sat here several times. So yeah, delighted for him, and just another bonus on the evening.
Will, anywhere that you would want to strengthen as a fan?
I think obviously with Cashin going out, still need a centre back in that area. Kai Wagner coming in for that left back spot's been fantastic. Maybe even around the right back area, but I mean, Awata's just been absolutely brilliant, sort of going into that position as well. But yeah, no, I'm absolutely loving it. Even with the signing of August, I think it just shows, even the way he was speaking so well, but just of joining the project, not just for what we're doing, but for him. He's so young, but happy to sort of learn. Obviously, he want to play as well because he's a striker, but just signing that right calibre of player. So the dynamics are so important in that dressing room, aren't they?
They are, and seeing August's interview, you can see very, very good English. Has a little bit of banter as well, which
great haircut
you're going to need.
Oh,
yeah, I'd never noticed that.
No, I know. Sorry.
I don't get involved
No,
in
I know,
haircuts,
but
as
it
you know,
wasn't,
and that's
yeah.
why you've said it.
Yeah,
I get it. You're trying to warm me up.
No,
I get it. You did enough of that yesterday.
No, I
Will.
didn't. I bought you some wine gums. So.
Mummy, they're fighting.
Oh no, not again, boys. Anyway, as you were saying, Tommy, he holds himself really well for someone who is still only 21, coming from Djurgårdens in Sweden, but the majority of his development having been done at Midtjylland, which of course are a team that is flying at the moment in the Europa League. He comes with some really good pedigree from Scandinavia and clearly wanting to develop that here in England. But the important thing is he's here for the future and here for the project. Yeah,
and I like that when players come to a club, they understand the football club. I mean, it's easy from whatever country you're in, it's easy to do your background and research on football clubs. I think most people know Birmingham City now.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of years, it's certainly changed. So, yes, he's done that research. He's come in as the project and sees the bigger picture, but he also wants to score goals. And I like that motivation to come into a new club, hit the ground running and start scoring goals and continue his good stats.
Absolutely buzzing with that, especially off the back of a pretty difficult period for the Blues, and the women's team's no different, actually.
Well, talking about goals, 6-2 was the scoreline at the weekend as Birmingham City thrashed Hull in the FA Cup to make it through to the last 16.
Let's have a look.
Birmingham City hunting an early lead. Floated corner, guided header, and 1-0 in just the second minute. Chelsea corner. Low ball in, not cleared, and there's Crosswade. It might have come off Lindstrom on the way through. Birmingham City beating Sporting Kansas 6-0 at home to get here. Ball over the top for Lindstrom. The shot was too hot to handle. The first goal for the club, for the London City loanee. Sarri, such a dangerous one. Weaving her way through, and Beatrice Sarri scores. 4-0 right on the stroke of half-time. Hull City seeing off Halifax, Stourbridge and Mancunian Unity. But now under more pressure. Lovely cross, begging for a finish, and Sinead Hopcroft provides it on debut. Nice flick on, and there's Tanser, and Hull City have one. Birmingham City second in WSL2, Hull seventh in the Northern Prem. Oh, what a ball that is for Sophie Hayward. And Hayward! 5-2. Plenty of room for Baker. Baker across for Miyagawa. 6-2 Birmingham City.
Brilliant performance, brilliant win, 3 debut goals.
Yeah, it's a real statement of a window. We've seen that for the last couple of windows with Birmingham City, but particularly this time round, record signings and the players that we've signed already making such an impact on the pitch. A brilliant result, and of course in a competition that Birmingham City have so much history in, previous winners, runners-up in 2017 as well. And fingers crossed this year, looking to get back to the showpiece final at Wembley. To analyse it in a whole lot more detail, I caught up with The Guardian women's football writer Tom Garry to take a deeper look into the Blues women's season so far. Tom, thank you so much for joining us. A big win in the FA Cup at the weekend. We have to caveat it and say, of course, it was against lower league opposition, but Amy Merricks will be delighted that the team were able to win in that manner.
Yes, Ellen, a really professional performance from Blues. I think all they had to do really was get the job done, and they did it well, in style, in front of goal. If Amy Merricks is being picky, I'm sure she would have wanted to have a clean sheet, but really, Hull was not an easy place to go in the fourth round. They're a well-coached side, quite well done, improving this season. So I think for Blues to go there and score 6 times was a good performance. Debut goals as well, particularly for someone like Lindstrom coming in on loan to get a debut goal. You know, her job in the second half of the season really is to try and score goals for Blues. So to get one on debut will give her a really big confidence boost to take into the league.
Yeah, it's so important, I think, to have the FA Cup placed where it is in the schedule. I think it really does favour Blues, and the fact that 3 players were able to score the new signings, of course, we're highlighting there. Lindstrom, you've mentioned her coming in from London City Lionesses. She's a player who knows how to win a league. Just how important will she be over the next couple of months in particular?
Yeah, that's a really astute loan signing from Blues, somebody who knows how to get out of this league, and somebody I think who's still young, still improving. It's a good age profile for coming in on loan. probably suits all parties really well. I think the business generally has been very impressive from Blues. If we think about, obviously, of course, Mia Gallo as well coming in, like another player with a lot of talent, very well regarded in the women's game, and of course for Vilma Leidhammer coming in for a club record fee. That's such an exciting transfer for the future of Birmingham City women. And if we think about the statement that's been made by making a club record transfer in January, that says a few things. A, it speaks to the club's ambition. B, it also speaks to how highly they rate Leidhammer as well. I mean, I was talking to some of them, colleagues in the Swedish media over the last few days. One of them described her to me as heir to Aslani in terms of that attacking midfield role. You know, she's got all those attributes to be playing in that sort of number 10 position for the Swedish national side over the next decade. So I think this is a player who Amy Merricks has really done her homework on. She's been out to see her play for Sweden's youth national team. Blues have put a lot of groundwork into the signing, and just generally with not just that deal, but quite a few of the deals they've done, you can see the blueprints being built for a team that's built for promotion, and that's the aim.
Tom, thank you so much. We appreciate it as always, and hopefully we get you back on at the end of the season when we are all celebrating. Keep right on.
Keep right on.
Ellen, he bloody loves it, doesn't he?
He loves the Blues,
my gosh.
our Tom Garry. Some brilliant praise and none less of what you'd expect, but also a look at the wider context of the season as well, which is very important as we go into this second half. For the women, a great result, of course, at the weekend in the FA Cup before the attention turns back to the WSL 2 season. And we had a brilliant opportunity to catch up with a player who always leads out the Blues, our captain, Christie Harrison Murray. Caught up with our former captain, Louise Quinn, to talk all about preparation, the pressure of the armband and ambitions for the season to come.
Crossway. Harrison Murray. Brilliant! Christie Harrison Murray sets standards in this Birmingham City lineup.
Chris, thanks for joining me today in the Nicehead Performance Centre. I know you've just gotten off the pitch. How was the session today?
Session was really good. It's been a good week. We're just kind of ready to get going again, obviously after the game being cancelled last week, and looking forward to playing in the FA Cup.
Yeah, and obviously at the moment you sit in second place. You know, how does the team feel? How's team morale after such a great start to the season?
The team morale's great. We've obviously added some new faces in, which again heightens the competition within the squad, and I think is going to make us all better. So yeah, we're really excited for the second half of the season.
And obviously listen, you play such a big role in this team. You always have. Obviously you're the captain. How do you find that role within the team?
It's obviously a massive honour to obviously lead the team. And along with yourself as well over the years, it's been a huge privilege, and I think I see my job as just kind of facilitating and helping people achieve like their potential within the group, and also continue to drive standards within the team, helping us to get to what our end goal is at the end of the season.
And do you think for you that's something that has always just come naturally to you, a leadership role, or did you learn along the way?
I wouldn't say it's been natural. I think when I was younger it was probably kind of like lead by my actions more than maybe vocally or within bigger group settings. I think coming to Blues, that's when I was maybe more challenged and put out my comfort zone while leading the team, which has actually in so many ways helped me grow as a person, as well as a leader. And for different situations I've had to have some maybe difficult conversations, which is something that when I was younger I'd probably shy away from and challenge and push, and not think about myself sometimes, which I think again just feel like the greater purpose and being part of something bigger is something that drives me. So yeah, I've learned a lot about myself and I think developed over the years.
But do you think, like, does it feel like it's an added pressure, or is it this kind of pressure is a privilege really, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't feel like it's an added pressure. It's something that I actually enjoy doing. I think like being put in the situation of leading kind of pushed those qualities out of me that I maybe had, but just didn't really think that was my role. But obviously coming in and joining Birmingham, I was just on 30. So naturally I think sometimes when you get a little bit older, you kind of start to take more responsibility on and off the pitch. And I think for me, I don't really see it as a pressure. It's actually something that I really enjoy doing and a huge privilege to be able to obviously help and serve the team as best way it can, and also the next generation.
So what, for you, do you think has been the toughest challenge of your career so far?
At Birmingham?
You can, whichever one you'd like.
I think there was obviously a period of time when I first joined Birmingham where we were at the bare bones. And yeah, listen, the club wasn't, I don't think, in a great place, but I think, yeah, it was very challenging for me because, again, like I said, there was some like difficult points. Obviously had Harriet Scott as well, who in that point was again another immense leader, again, and pure warrior. Die-hard blue, and she, kind of the two of us, like, helped to drive kind of the team during that difficult time in the first year. We were fighting relegation in the WSL. We managed to stay up, but there were so many different points in that year that were really difficult. But again, like, sport and football has like a huge way of like bringing people together.
It probably leads into my next question. Have you ever had moments of doubt, and how did you overcome them?
I kind of was like, it was very tough in that year, just for so many different reasons. And I think I was just like, what am I doing? What am I actually doing? But again, like, the spirit of the group and having people that show up every day and still want to give 100% regardless of kind of everything that was going on, I think definitely gave me a lot of strength, because I think when you see that and you see people that just want to turn up and have a go, like, you're like, right, okay, great, I'm ready to like roll my sleeves up and get stuck in. So it's kind of like, yeah, opposite. That was a really tough year, but at the same point, the girls made it special by the effort and the commitment they gave to the team that year.
Okay, Chris, thank you so much for your time today. It was lovely to see you. Thanks for just meeting us straight off the pitch.
Yeah, pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Lou.
Great to hear from Louise, as per usual, and Christie is proper captain material, am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of captain material, Tommy Mooney, tell us about your experiences of being captain, or not.
Everywhere you went, I hear.
Every team I had the club captain as I got to become a senior pro, or
flex.
Or
This guy.
1 or 2 games. Actually, Steve Bruce made me captain for his first game against Watford at Birmingham, but we had good captains here. Steve Vickers was fabulous. Jeff Kenner, Kenny Cunningham. Really good captains, but it's always an honour to wear the armband because you're representing the lads. But I always think you need just voices in the dressing room. Doesn't matter who's got the armband, it's about leadership and dealing with the pressures and coping with various stages of a game. The captain's role is sometimes more off the pitch, dealing with things and representing the players. But certainly when you've got leaders on the pitch, if a manager could pick 5, 6, 7 players to be captain, that's a sign of a good dressing room.
I think we've got a good dressing room in here, actually, because I'd say you're the Blue Rising captain.
I
carry that everywhere. That has been washed.
I normally had to have them extended because of the size of my guns.
Yeah, we don't need to worry about that now. So you're, you get that on.
We'll be fine.
You get that on quite comfortably, actually. You'll be fine now.
Appreciate it.
That's
Thanks.
all right, mate. Yeah, you're always my captain.
Tommy, just a question on the captaincy. It's not always the loudest on the pitch who takes on the armband. You mentioned there, actually, the ability to hold the dressing room and sort out individual issues and represent the players. It is always interesting where you look, up and down the country in various different squads. The captain isn't always the one who's shouting the loudest.
No, I think the main role of the captain is to represent the manager to the rest of the team and the squad. So it doesn't have to be the loudest player. Often the loudest player doesn't want to be captain because that's how they prepare for games, deal with games. But yeah, it can go to any personality. It just has to be a strong, confident, not necessarily the best player. I've played for a lot of captains where I think I'm not even sure you should be in a team. But they bring leadership qualities that are so needed at various times in a game.
Speaking of leadership, on to the Birmingham City Academy now. We caught up with Julian Gray, ex-Blue, now current Academy coach at KPC.
Former winger who made over 60 appearances for the club, and he's spoken about some of the key processes in becoming a Cat 1 Academy.
I do miss playing. I don't think, like I tell them all the time, it's like playing on a Saturday or match day. That's what I miss the most. It's just me versus my opponent, that battle.
Oh, it's come off Larson. Here's a chance now. And Julian Gray puts it away. And Birmingham City are going to take maximum points against Aston Villa.
It's been nice to feel to come back and give something back, especially with clubs that you've played for. I started at Arsenal. I signed for them when I was 7 years old because my brother was playing there. He's 6 years older than me. Obviously, I used to be on the sideline watching him kicking the ball around. So they asked my parents, would I like to come to the School of Excellence, which I did. So I went from there from 7 all the way through all the ages to make my debut for the first team. Crystal Palace signed me. I was there for 4 years. Then I came to Blues in 2004 season. Was here for 3 years. I started doing my badges while I was still playing, so it was something I was interested in, but I didn't know if that was where I was directly going to go when I finished playing. And then when I retired, it wasn't directly the path I thought I was going to go down, if that makes sense. I didn't know what I was going to do. It's always, most players will tell you it's uncertainty, you're not sure because you've been having a routine, you don't know what is next for you or where you're going to go. I did some mentoring in a school and then I started to get the bug from there really. I left England and we moved to Dubai and I started coaching over there in Arsenal Soccer School. The head coach at the time was Ian Selly and I knew him from Arsenal. I used to clean his boots when I was a scholar. When I came back to England, obviously I joined Arsenal and I started with 15 and 16s for a while. It was good. Obviously a lot of different players that's come through the system now who are still playing, whether they're at Arsenal or they're at other clubs around Europe. My first group there was Charlie Patino, Amari Hutchinson, Keon Edwards, Charles Sago, he's still at Arsenal, Miles and Ethan, but they was a bit younger, but they always played up. Most of those players that I've mentioned, they've been around the first team on the bench or have played for the first team. Miles and Ethan are the two that are still there, and they're obviously in the first team. So it's good to see and have been a part of all of their journeys, you know, that's what it's about, to try and help them. It's not, I haven't done anything special, you know, it's they do all the work. You just try and guide them and give them little bits of information to try and help them with their game, and they put into practice. Wanted to be closer to home. So then the Blues thing came out. A coach here, but he told me about the role when he was working here. And obviously I applied for it and came in, done an interview, and as I say, the rest is history. Seeing obviously the club's changed from when I played here, there's still the foundations here, but it's got bigger and obviously more infrastructure now, and there's more things the boys have. So it's been good to come back, as I said, because I've got fond memories from playing here, to now be a part of the club on the coaching side and try and give back some of the things that I learned from my playing days to try and help these boys to maybe go on and have an impact and play for the first team also. They're a good bunch to work with. They make it enjoyable every day. When you come in, you don't know what you're going to get with them, and you know, which is good. Spending time with them, getting to know them, having a laugh and a joke, and you know, trying to help them to be better people, teach them life skills, not just about football, you know. I miss playing, but I still get joy from coaching, because sharing my experiences and trying to, when you see the kids improving, you know, that's what you do it for. So when I see them improving and them performing and doing well, that's a nice thing. That's the most important thing for me. But I do miss playing. I don't think, like I tell them all the time, it's like playing on a Saturday or match day, that's what I miss the most. It's just me versus my opponent, that battle. But it's still, when you coach, it's kind of like that, but it's not about me anymore. It's about the players and how you best help them on match days. So it's gone from being about my own performance to now helping others with their performance.
Well, Julian, if you're watching this, you're already very popular in the pod, especially with one Will Brazier. What was your reaction when you heard he was on the show?
Just fantastic. You know, just when you think this show couldn't get any better, and then Julian Gray comes on. Anyone who scored against the Villa has got a place in my heart for the rest of my life. So great to see him. Great to see he's doing well, and hopefully he'll get in the pod soon if I'm not scared him too much with my glow.
So Will wants to see Julian Gray on the show. If there's anyone you want to see here on Blue Rising, let us know in the comments below. Thank you as always for watching. That's all we've got time for today. A big thank you to our brilliant guests today. course, Tommy Mooney, Will Brazier and August Priske. So great to talk to him for the first time here on the show.
Make sure you join us next week and keep right on. See you later.